You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy. He went crazy. Amazing.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
I saw the other night, he couldn't find the stairs off the stage. He's looking. You ever notice he looks like this? He's finished with the speech, which usually lasts no longer than about 3 minutes, because, you know, the medical stuff wears off after 3 minutes.
Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee you.
She's shocked that I picked her. No. She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough is it?
A lot of times.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was
enough.
going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question, if I may ask. Are you?
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN.
Welcome to 1 hour of Donald Trump roasting everybody. It's itsSeanDaniel here, and in this video we're going to see Trump roast everybody from Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, other politicians from his own party, media reporters, protesters, celebrities, and I even included some funny meme moments of Trump that you've probably seen short clips of on social media. And if you want to get to the specific section that you want to see, you can obviously click on the bar down below or the timestamps in the description. And if you do like this video, obviously you can like the video or you can subscribe if you want to see more of my 1 hour funny, entertaining montages. And if you want to connect with me more personally, you can follow me and DM me on Instagram at itsSeanDaniel. I like interacting and messaging you guys back and forth, so feel free to do that. And if you want to contact me for some sponsorship or business inquiries, my email will be listed in the description below. Now let's get the video started with Trump roasting none other than Joe Biden.
I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just want to make sure.
Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
Graduated last in your class, not first in your class.
I want to make
Mr.
sure.
Mr. President, can you let him finish, sir?
No, he doesn't know how to do that. He has,
You'd be surprised.
You pick
You'd be surprised.
the
Go ahead,
wrong
Joe.
guy,
Talk,
the wrong
talk,
night
Joe.
at the wrong time.
Listen.
And a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Mr. President?
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. As you know, it's been reported that right now Crooked Joe's gone to a log cabin to study, prepare. No, he didn't do. He's sleeping now. Because they want to get him good and strong, so a little before debate time he gets a shot in the they want to strengthen him up.
Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me.
Press always asks me, don't I wish I were debating him? No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. You know, he's Mr. Tough Guy. You know when he's Mr. Tough Guy? When he's standing behind a microphone by himself. That's when he's... He wants to bring me to the back of the barn. Oh. Some things in life you could really love doing. Isn't this better than reading off a frickin' teleprompter? Right? Right?
Anybody can do that except for Biden.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. She knows so long as she was denied, our freedom can never be secured.
2 nights ago, we all heard Crooked Joe's angry, dark, hate-filled rant of a State of the Union address. Didn't it bring us together? Remember, he said, I'm going to bring the country together. I'm going to bring it together. I think he's very angry. You know why he's angry? Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's screaming, and then coughing. Wow. And he's always using the right hand. He shakes his hand. Then he gets off the stage. Did you notice nobody wanted to shake his hand? I wouldn't have said. I'm a great American, but I don't know if I want to go there. Now, he's always coughing into his hand, and it's not a real cough. It's a nervous habit. He's got to stop. Because there was no real cough. He just goes. I like it. Is that okay? Yeah, let him go a little bit longer, okay? Look at these two guys. And then it'll turn out to be a lousy show, and I'll say, you were right, Jason. It'll be good. So go for another 20 minutes. Is that all right?
Go.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Jason.
It seems to be a nice flow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let's go.
Well, you did reality TV.
I'll be in trouble with my people. Like Biden says, I don't have that problem. But, well, first of all, he couldn't do this interview. You asked him questions like this?
No, we were talking about that. We were like,
we'd like to extend the invite to Joe Biden if he'd like to come on this podcast.
Yeah, I think he should. You know what chance you have of getting him on? I'd say less than 1%. Okay, if you did that, it'd be interesting. I'd actually watch that one. Okay, see how long it lasted. And they tell me stories that they've seen things that you wouldn't believe. These are not people that you would say, gee, oh, that's okay.
President of the United States.
But
I said,
who is it? That's Joe Biden wanting to do an interview.
Now, Sleepy Joe would say the unemployment rate in the great state of Ohio. No, you're in South Carolina. Joe, you're in South. They come up and you ever see the guy that no, it's South Carolina. It's not Ohio. Okay. And he goes, all right, Iowa. Did you say Iowa? No. I did that like 7 times. If I did that once, it would be the end of the road, right? Be the end of the road. They'd say, Trump has lost it. They like to say that anyway, I guess. Don't they? No, but could you imagine if I said just a small fraction of the mistakes he makes, which are unbelievable, every speech? I actually said the other night, I was watching him when he said about half the population wiped out with guns. I said, that's a horrible thing. That's the end of his evening. That's the end of his political career. And then after the debate, they're reviewing him. They said, Joe Biden had a great night last night. I don't get it, Tim.
You think Joe Biden can tell you about it? He doesn't have a clue. The guy, he cannot, I'm telling you, I saw the other night, he couldn't find the stairs off the stage. He's looking. You ever notice he looks like this? He's finished with the speech, which usually lasts no longer than about 3 minutes, because, you know, the medical stuff wears off after 3 minutes. So he's looking around. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting media reporters, part 1.
Mr. President, since you attacked CNN, can I ask you a question?
John Roberts, go ahead, John. No. John Roberts, go ahead. CNN's fake news. I don't take questions. I don't take questions from CNN. CNN is fake news. I don't take questions from CNN. John Roberts of Fox. Let's go to a real. Let's go to a real network. John, let's go.
Well, we're a real network too, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. It's a disgrace what took place. It's a disgrace, and I think they ought to apologize to start with. Michael Cohen.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question?
Go ahead.
No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
since you are attacking
No,
our news
not you.
organization,
Not
can
you.
you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are
is
attacking
terrible.
our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give
is
us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to
go.
ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's
categorically,
asking a question. Don't
Mr.
be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No, I'm
give
not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
Can you state categorically that nobody... No, Mr. President-elect, that's not
Go ahead.
appropriate.
And in fact, we'll give you a list. What we did, in fact, part of it was up there. We did a lot. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that. Your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
So you haven't made any contact, though, just to make sure?
With who?
The North Koreans.
I don't want to say. I won't say that.
Okay.
We have a good relationship with North Korea. As good as you can have. I mean, we have a good relationship with North Korea. I have a good relationship with Kim Jong-un, and I hope he's okay. And somebody would say, oh, that's terrible. No, it's not terrible. I hope he's okay. And I think it was a fake report done by CNN.
So can I ask you a question?
What do you have? Go ahead. No, that's enough. Go ahead.
Can I ask? But that wasn't my question.
The problem is you don't write the truth. So, as far as I'm concerned, I want to go to the next
Can I ask you a question about...
No, not CNN, please. Go ahead.
The White House has not responded to these
I told you. CNN is fake news. Don't talk to me. Go ahead, please.
But he says he was retaliated against, and that's why he was removed from his job. Do you have a response to that?
Okay, next question.
Why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them?
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the
mind?
answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to... You're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Can you answer why you held on to the documents?
I was negotiating... Go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
In a tweet this weekend, Mr. President, you said that it's incorrect to say you're limiting the scope of the FBI investigation.
What does that have to do with trade? I don't mind answering the question, but, I'd like to do the trade
It has to
questions,
do with the other
right?
headline in the news, which is the Kavanaugh
I know,
nomination.
but how about talking about trade, and then we'll get to that. We'll do that a little bit later.
Do you think the
Anybody have a trade?
Do you
Go
think
ahead,
your trade
please.
deal will pass through Congress, sir?
I think so. Go ahead, ask a question.
But the question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
Listen, you ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked you, which was,
Did you hear
what
me?
did you want
Did you
him
hear
to
me?
Yes,
Ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked
I've
you.
answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country. And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt. Much of the media in this country is not just fake, it's corrupt. And you have some very fine people, too. Great journalists, great reporters. But to a large extent, it's corrupt and it's fake. Ask the president of Finland a question, please.
International diplomacy is a delicate thing. You have to watch what you say, and how can anybody expect that you're going to be able to get into the White House and watch your mouth when you were so widely panned for these Mexico comments? How are you going to be able to hold your tongue and not piss off other countries?
And do you want to change the word? Are you allowed to use that word on television?
And not anger other countries.
Immigration's a very big topic. Take a look at all the crime that's being committed. Go take a look at it.
The research says the crime does not match what you're saying. The research, the Pew Research, which is independent, says.
Don't be naive. You're a very naive person.
The Pew Research says that there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
Immigrants commit less crime than U.S.-born citizens. Okay. There are less immigrants in our jails than.
You know what? Number one, I disagree with it. Number two, whether it's true or not, illegal immigrants. I'm talking about illegal immigrants. I'm not talking about immigrants. I'm talking about illegal.
So you say you're drawing these big crowds, and I was there. You drew a big crowd in New Hampshire.
Don't say the way you put it. Everything's so negative. I'm not saying. Negative. I'm not saying I'm drawing. You're saying I'm drawing.
You're number two. Why do people respond to you so much?
I'm actually number one in Huffington Post and some others, and the new polls haven't even come out yet.
Why are they responding to you so much?
Because I tell the truth. I say what's happening.
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting Hillary Clinton.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Those are the questions we need answered. We've never had anything like this happen in any of our elections before.
That was a great pivot off the fact that she wants open borders, okay? How did we get onto Putin?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Wait.
Putin, from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's pretty clear you won't admit
No, you're
that
the
the
puppet.
Russians have engaged.
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. Putin has outsmarted her in Syria. He's outsmarted her every step of the way.
I do get to ask some questions.
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against
Should have gotten it.
This is a mindset.
We are going to stop radical Islamic terrorism in this country. She won't even mention the words, and neither will President Obama.
And we're going to look for businesses to help us by buying American products.
I ask a simple question. She's been doing this for 30 years. Why the hell didn't you do it over the last 15, 20 years? You were very much involved. Excuse me. My turn. The problem is you talk, but you don't get anything done, Hillary. You don't. Now, in all fairness to Secretary Clinton, yes, is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy. It's very important to me. Look at her website. You know what? It's no different than this. She's telling us how to fight ISIS. Just go to her website. She tells you how to fight ISIS on her website. I don't think General Douglas MacArthur would like that too much.
The next segment, we're continuing the subject
at least I have a plan to fight ISIS.
No, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do.
No, we're not.
See, you're telling the enemy everything you want to do. No wonder you've been fighting. No wonder you've been fighting ISIS your entire adult life.
Well, go to the fact checkers, get to work. I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, why not? You know, just.
She has been a disaster. But here's a woman. She's supposed to fight all of these different things. And she can't make it 15 feet to her car. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. She's home resting right now. She's getting ready for her next speech, which is going to be about 15 minutes, and it's going to be in 2 or 3 days. Folks, we need stamina. We need energy. We need people that are going to turn deals around. We can't let China take advantage of us anymore.
It's great to be here with 1,000 wonderful people, or as I call it, a small, intimate dinner with some friends. Or as Hillary calls it, her largest crowd of the season. This stuff. This is corny stuff. And even tonight, with all of the heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me." And I very politely replied, "Let me talk to you about that after I get into office."
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting little Marco Rubio.
He's always calling me Little Marco.
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen. And I'll admit, the guy, he's taller than me. He's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2". Have you seen his hands? And you know what they say about men with small hands? You can't trust them. You can't trust them.
He hit my hands. Nobody has ever hit my hands. I've never heard of this one. Look at those hands. Are they small hands?
And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. When they put Marco on to refute President Obama's speech, do you remember that catastrophe?
On foreign policy, America continues to be indispensable to the goal of global liberty, property, and safeguarding human rights. The world is a better place when America is the strongest nation on earth. But we can't remain powerful if we don't have an economy that can afford it. In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight. The choice isn't just between big government or big business.
And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television. This total joke artist. It's Rubio. That's what it. Unbelievable.
I have a policy question for you, sir.
Let's see if he answers it.
I will. Don't worry about it, Marco. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will.
All right, well, let's hear Big Don. Donald.
Don't worry about it, Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen, gentlemen.
You ought to show up.
Gentlemen, you got to do better than this.
This guy has the number one.
Mr. Trump, may I ask you, Mr. Trump, I'd like to ask you a policy question. Your proposed tax cut.
That's why the people in Florida do not like him.
That you acknowledge that, for example, you're the only person on the stage that's ever been fined for hiring people to work on your projects illegally. You hired some workers from Poland.
I'm the only one on the stage that's hired people. You haven't hired anybody.
Well, in fact, some of the people he hired. Hold on.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my job. You've hired
1,000 people
You've
from
had
another
nothing
company,
but problems
from another
with your
country.
credit cards, etc.
Let me say.
Let
me finish the statement. This is important.
You haven't hired one person
He
in
hired
your life.
workers from Poland, and he had to pay $1 million or so in a judgment for hiring.
That's wrong.
That's a fact.
Totally wrong.
Well, people can look it up. I'm sure people are Googling it right now.
I've
Look it up.
hired Senator
Trump Polish workers. You'll see $1 million for hiring illegal workers on one of his projects. Yeah, he did.
You know, it's interesting.
That happened.
I've hired tens of thousands of people over my lifetime. Tens of thousands.
Many from other countries instead of hiring Americans.
Be quiet. Let me talk. I've hired tens of thousands of people. He brings up something from 30 years ago. It worked out very well. Everybody was happy.
Paid $1 million.
And by the way, the laws were totally different. Right. That was a whole different world.
Thank you.
But I've hired people. Nobody up here has hired
Senator
anybody.
Cruz.
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting Republican politicians.
Trump, first of all, he's talking about the polls. I'm beating him awfully badly in the polls.
But you're not beating Hillary.
So
you're not beating Hillary.
Well, then if I can't beat her, you're really going to get killed, aren't you? I got along with everybody. You get along with nobody. You don't have one Republican. You don't have one Republican senator, and you work with them every day of your life, although you skipped a lot of time. These are minor details.
You've been funding liberal Democratic politicians, and by the way,
I funded you.
The
I
reason
funded him.
You're welcome to have the check back.
I funded this guy.
Because let's be clear.
Him a check.
Yeah, you gave me $5,000.
You never funded me.
And by the way, let's be clear. Donald claims to care about
him. But he sent me his book with his autograph.
Donald, I understand rules are very
Trump,
hard for you. They're very confusing.
I have his book.
Okay,
on your reality TV show, not in.
Thank you for the book.
Donald.
Thank you for the book. Go ahead.
Donald, you can get back on your meds now.
There's a lot of fun up here tonight, I have to tell you. Thank you for the book.
Donald, relax.
Go ahead. I'm relaxed. You're the basket case. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't get nervous. Go ahead.
I think really there's a sophomore quality that is entertaining about Mr. Trump, but I am worried. I'm very concerned about having him in charge of the nuclear weapons because I think his response, his visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly, my goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
But Jake,
I want to give Mr. Trump.
The problem is, we need toughness. Honestly, I think Jeb is a very nice person. He's a very nice person, but we need tough people. We need toughness. We need intelligence, and we need tough. Jeb said when they come across the southern border, they come as an act of love.
You said in September 30th that ISIS was not a
Am I
not a
talking
factor.
or are you talking, Jeb?
I'm
You can
talking
go
right
back.
now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not
I'm
talking.
talking.
You interrupted me,
September
Jeb.
30th,
Are you going
you
to
said it.
apologize, Jeb? No. Am I allowed to finish?
Yes, one at a time.
Excuse
Go ahead,
me. Am I allowed to finish?
Go ahead, Mr. Trump.
So,
Little of your
again,
own medicine there.
I know you're trying to
Governor
build
Bush,
up your energy,
please,
Jeb, but it's not working
one at a
very
time.
well.
Yeah.
Look.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough is it?
A lot of times, that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So, that's what it is. That's what, and by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for I'm talking about to the television audience? Donors, special interest, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. No, Christie's, he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. You can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it, okay? We want to be very civil, right? Somebody should run against John McCain, who has been, in my opinion, not so hot. And I supported him. I supported him for president. I raised $1 million for him. It's a lot of money. I supported him. He lost. He let us down. But, he lost. So I never liked him as much after that, because I don't like losers. But Frank, let me get to it. He hit me. He's not a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay? I hate to tell you.
Do you agree with that?
He's a war hero because he was captured.
Next, we have Donald Trump funny meme moments.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Do it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. Hopefully our great movement, and there's never been anything like this in the United States, and the only way they figure they can slow it down is to come up with people that are willing to say, oh, I was with Donald Trump in 1980. I was sitting with him on an airplane. And he went after me on the plane. Yeah, I'm going to go after. Believe me, she would not be my first choice, that I can tell you. Man. You don't know. That would not be my first choice. If we had people where the bullets were going in the opposite direction, right smack between the eyes of this maniac, if some of those wonderful people had guns strapped right here, right to their waist or right to their ankle, and this son of a comes out and starts shooting, and one of the people in that room happened to have it and goes boom, boom. You know what? That would have been a beautiful, beautiful sight, folks. That would have been a beautiful, beautiful sight. And as much as you want to put them in our jails, they were probably sent here so that we put them in our jails. Because to put them in our jails, they didn't pay the electric bill. To put them, oh, I like that much better. Oh. Oh,
Oh, that's so much better. Those lights were brutal. They come from the dishonest press? Where? Oh, don't turn them off. Forget it. Better, right? Don't turn them on. Don't turn the lights on. Plus, we save on electricity, right? And because the lights didn't work, I won't pay the rent. So we get better lighting, and we don't pay the rent, right? Right? No, get those lights off. Off. Turn them off. They're too bright. Turn them off. Turn them off. Let's go. Ready? Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Turn them off. So much nicer. No, that's the way we have to negotiate for our country. $505 billion. We're going to lose that. $505 billion. And by the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever that brought this mic system, don't be the son of a to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Stupid mic keeps popping. Do you hear that, George? Don't pay him. Don't pay him. You know, I believe in paying. But when somebody does a bad job, like this stupid mic, you shouldn't pay the best, sir. Terrible. Terrible. It's true. And you got to be tough with your people because they'll pay. They don't care. They'll pay. So we're not going to pay. I guarantee you I'm not paying for this mic. Every 2 minutes I hear like boom, boom.
All right, little break time here. I'm going to give some input, commentary, and some fun facts about Trump that you might not know. But if you want to skip this entirely, you can click on the timestamps down below for a certain section. If you're liking the video so far and you have a specific quote or clip that you really enjoy, you can comment it down below. I check the comments constantly and love to reply to you guys about that. If you like the video and want to see more of these, you can feel free to like and subscribe. Now, my favorite clip from this roast in the beginning, from Trump roasting everybody, well, there's a bunch of them, okay? Obviously, the reporter one where he told the lady, all right, come on, get it out, get it out, get it out. That's a legendary one, especially because she was so aggressive at him. There's so many in the reporter ones. I mean, the Hillary Clinton, you're going to jail one was hilarious. The Joe Biden ones he had some good ones in there. I didn't think they were amazing. Some of the other ones where he's going at Marco Rubio and he talks about his hand size. Man, I swear to God, this guy is the funniest politician I've ever seen. And not only have I seen him in person at the White House, at many rallies, but I've actually met him in person on Valentine's Day this year with my girlfriend. Trump came over, talked to us, shook our hands, because my girlfriend is from the same country as Trump's wife, Melania, and that country is Slovenia. If you guys want to see that video, I'll link it up here. It was an awesome experience, a dream come true to have him actually come over and want to talk to us and shake our hands. It was amazing. The guy's so cool in person, I have to tell you. Now some fun facts about Trump during this little break from the comedy. And that is, one, that Donald Trump met me on Valentine's Day. You're welcome, sir. No, that was a tremendous privilege. In 2016, he went against Hillary Clinton, which you guys saw him roasting her earlier. Hillary Clinton spent almost 3 times more money, 3 times as much money on advertising than Trump in 2016. She also attended 7 times as many fundraisers as Trump, but Trump slightly had more rallies that he hosted during campaigning, with a total of 302 rallies in a year of 2016. And Hillary Clinton raised twice as much money as Trump in 2016, totaling $502 million compared to Trump's $258 million. And remember, Trump won in 2016 and Hillary Clinton lost, and the media was shook about that. Some extra fun facts about Trump. Since his felony conviction, he has raised like $100 million in like a week or something, and has been able to even out the fundraising between him and Biden heading into the election, for which Biden had a big lead before. Now let's get some interesting, quirky ones, okay? Trump received 4 student deferments and 1 medical deferment during the Vietnam War, which allowed him to avoid military service. He received a special recognition, even though he gets so much hate for what he talks about women for. Oh my God, there's so many good clips about him with women in this, and you guys saw it, where he was messing around about if he did something to this woman on a plane. Oh, give me a break. She wouldn't be my first choice. Even though he gets hate for his women stuff. He did receive special recognition from the National Women's Hall of Fame in 2010 for his promotion of women to executive positions in his organizations. Okay, Mr. Trump, we see you, yes. Trump has made many cameo appearances in various TV shows and movies, including Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Zoolander. Have you guys seen those cameos? I've seen the Home Alone 2 one. Been by that hotel too in New York. In 1983, Trump buried a time capsule at the Trump Tower site, where his Trump Tower is right now. I think it's 5th Avenue. That reportedly includes he buried a time capsule that reportedly includes a copy of his book, The Art of the Deal. I've read that. Quality book. Very insightful. And a full Playboy magazine issue. I gotta love this guy. I couldn't think of Biden doing something like that. Trump was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2020 for his role in brokering the Abraham Accords, which normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations. For all the hate he gets about dividing the country, he did play a role and get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, which I'm sure is not easy to do. I'm going to save some of the other fun facts for after the end of the video, when I give a little more commentary towards the end. Next, we are going to get into Trump. Oh, these are some of my favorite clips. I think you guys are going to love them. I teased some of them in the intro. One of the best clips there is out there of Trump. And if you've been to any of his events, you understand how he's great at making light of this type of situation. And that is Donald Trump roasting protesters.
Food stamps. And I'll tell you what, if we had a real, hello. You know, it's amazing. I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy. He went crazy. Amazing. Amazing. We're winning all over. Do I hear somebody over there? You know, you have one guy over there shouting. We have thousands of people, and you'll read about him tomorrow. They'll say, oh, the room had a picket. All right, yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you, please? Get him out of here. Throw him out. No, we had it the other day. I got criticized. We had it the other night. I had a lot of people, and one guy who was seriously obese. He complained when I mentioned that food stamps, we have a lot of people on food stamps. And the guy went crazy. And they said that wasn't politically correct. Who cares? We all have a weight problem. Yeah, you can get him out. Yeah, get him out. Get him the hell out of here. Get him out of here. Get out. Get him out of here. And I did three rallies.
You're taking millions.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you. That's all right.
Go home to mommy. Your mommy's waiting. Go home to mommy. Thank you very much. So young. So young.
We're sitting here, we're talking. Oh, here's another one. Go home to mom. Go home to mommy. And your mother is voting for Trump. She's voting for Trump. True. It's true.
Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy. Tell her to tuck you in bed. He's such a nice guy. There's a guy totally disruptive, throwing punches. We're not allowed to punch back anymore. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Honestly, I hate to see that. Here's a guy throwing punches, nasty as screaming and everything else when we're talking. And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, you know, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
The president. I guess I have to do it myself. I know it's not. I guess I have to do it myself. I know it's not. Thank you for the warning. I was ready for him, but it's much easier if the cops do it. Don't we agree? Huh? What a great job. What a great job. And to think I had such an easy life. What do I need this for, right? What do I need?
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting media reporters, part 2.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Okay.
Mr. President, I know that you continue to say you obviously.
Okay, hold it 1 second. Any other questions from any other people? Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Let's run. We're valid.
But always that same thing. President Trump made a totally unsubstantiated claim about Hunter Biden and his father. It's not unsubstantiated, you crooked son of a guns. It's 100% true. You know the bad part? Here's the bad thing. So we had 3 little protests. Each person, I think it was one over there, one over here, one over there, right? So we had 3 people tonight. 3, right? 3 people. So we had 3 people, and the press will say, protests at Trump. We didn't have it. We have 12,000 people, and they're going to take 12,000 people still coming in, and they're going to take 3 people, these people, they're going to take 3 people and say, oh, the protests were unbelievable.
The soundbite, the full soundbite from Tim Russert, you said to him was, I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion.
Correct.
But I'm very
Why didn't you read that? By the way, why didn't you read that before?
I pulled it up the Wi-Fi.
No, but why didn't you read that before? You didn't read, I hate the concept of abortion.
I'm reading it to you. My question
Excuse me.
Are you a trustworthy
Excuse
or
me,
are you
very
an
trustworthy.
chameleon?
More so than you. Because you know what? You didn't read the question. See, when you quoted Tim Russert, you didn't read what you just said. Read it again. Read it again.
I'll read it now.
Go ahead.
I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion.
Okay, you didn't read. Why didn't you say, and when you asked the question before, that I hate the concept of abortion?
Because the question from the pro-life groups can't be trusted.
You were quoting Tim Russert, and you were quoting, excuse me, you were quoting Tim and you were quoting me. Why didn't you read my quote the way I said it?
Sir, I tried to pull it up and I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Well, then you got to get Wi-Fi, okay?
Well,
don't ask me questions like that. You're not a very good reporter doing that. Okay, go ahead.
Said many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if every day Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world. And maybe that's a question you should ask China. Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm telling you, I'm not
China?
saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty question.
Please go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay, anybody else? Please, go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go over
pointed
here.
to me. I have two questions, Mr.
Next,
President.
next, please.
But you called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young
to,
lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague finish.
Okay.
But can I ask you a
Ladies and
question,
gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
About Chinese
Yeah,
Americans
please,
in
John,
this country?
please.
The aides behind you. Are you
I
comfortable
have
with
great,
this term?
I have great love for all of the people from our country. But as you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm president. It comes from China.
So why was the United States not prepared with more testing?
We were very prepared. The only thing we weren't prepared for was the media. The media has not treated it fairly. I'll tell you how prepared I was. I called for a ban from people coming in from China long before anybody thought it was. In fact, it was your network. I believe they called me a racist because I did that. It was many of the people in the room. They called me racist and other words because I did that, because I went so early. So when you say we weren't prepared, had I let these tens of thousands of people come in from China a day, we would have had something right now that would have been, you wouldn't have even recognized it compared to where we are. But the media doesn't acknowledge that. They know it's true. They know it's true, but they don't want to write about it. Yeah, go ahead.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also
I don't
saying
know why you'd
that
say
the
that.
president.
That's such a racist
There are
question.
some people that say that now the Republican Party is seen as supporting white nationalists
Oh, I
because
don't
of your
believe
rhetoric.
that. I don't
What do you
believe
make of that?
I don't believe. I don't know. Why do I have my highest poll numbers ever with African Americans? Why do I have among the highest poll numbers with African Americans? I mean, why do I have my highest poll numbers? That's such a racist question. Honestly, I mean, I know you have it written down and you're going to tell me. Let me tell you, it's a racist question.
And Mr. President,
I love
ask,
it. You know what the word is? I love our country. I do. You have nationalists, you have globalists. I also love the world. And I don't mind helping the world, but we have to straighten out our country first. We have a lot of problems.
And
Excuse me, but to say that, what you said, is so insulting to me. It's a very terrible thing that you said.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign in the midterms. That
Here we go.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, that this caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election to try to keep?
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign.
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
But your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
That's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question, Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was
enough.
going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible. And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead. Go ahead, Peter, go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his butt.
Well, I'm not
like
a big
the rest
fan of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly said...
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of the...
Okay, just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. President, over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir.
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting Rosie O'Donnell.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Thank you.
For the record, it was well beyond Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes, I'm sure it was.
Your Twitter account has several disparaging comments about women's looks. You once told a contestant on Celebrity Apprentice it would be a pretty picture to see her on her knees. Does that sound to you like the temperament of a man we should elect as president? And how will you answer the charge from Hillary Clinton, who is likely to be the Democratic nominee, that you are part of the war on women?
I think the big problem this country has is being politically correct. I've been challenged by so many people, and I don't frankly have time for total political correctness. And to be honest with you, this country doesn't have time either. This country is in big trouble. We don't win anymore. We lose to China. We lose to Mexico, both in trade and at the border. We lose to everybody. And frankly, what I say, and oftentimes it's fun, it's kidding, we have a good time, what I say is what I say. And honestly, Megyn, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that. But you know what? Well, Rosie O'Donnell's disgusting. I mean, both inside and out. You take a look at her, she's a slob. She talks like a truck driver. Rosie attacked me personally because I was very happy when her talk show failed. The other thing that failed, and this was a real monster, and everybody was suing her, was her magazine. Her magazine called Rosie was a total disaster. So I loved it. I gloat over it. I think it's wonderful because I like to see bad people fail. Rosie failed. I'm happy about it. She's basically a disaster. Well, she called me a snake oil salesman. And, you know, coming from Rosie, that's pretty low because when you look at her and when you see the mind is weak. I don't see it. I don't get it. I never understood. How does she even get on television? I believe Barbara made a terrible mistake putting her on, and I think Barbara's probably paying a big price. If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and out. She's trying to use ABC and The View to get even with me. But with me, we fight back. I'll probably sue Rosie because she doesn't tell the facts. So probably I'll sue her because it would be fun. I'd like to take some money out of her fat pockets. I actually think they ought to look at her whole life and see where she's coming from because I think she's got some very deep-seated problems. Perhaps it should be Rosie that goes to rehab. Rosie is a loser. After listening to Hillary rattle on and on and on, I don't think
so badly of Rosie O'Donnell anymore. In fact, I'm actually starting to like Rosie a lot.
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting more politicians.
We got Mini Mike, but I think he's out of it. But that was probably the worst debate performance in the history of presidential debates. Do we agree? Has there ever been anything like that? He didn't know what hit him. He's going, oh, get me off of this stage. Get me off! Get me off of this stage! Boy, did Pocahontas destroy him, I'll tell you. And look what I did to her. She choked. You know, she went out and got a test because I was killing her with a Pocahontas. Remember, I said, I have more Indian blood in me than she does, and I have none. Right? I said it. I said it to her. Love to have some, but I have none. And she was getting hit with that name, Pocahontas. That was one of the good ones. And they said, we want you to apologize for that name. And I did. I apologized. Nobody ever heard me apologize before. I apologized. To the real Pocahontas, I apologize.
Do you regret calling her Pocahontas? Do you regret that?
I do regret calling her Pocahontas because I think it's a tremendous insult to Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, right.
So to Pocahontas, I would like to apologize to you. Macron, do you know Macron? He's a very nice guy. Macron. And really a very nice guy. I said, Emmanuel, how are you? He said, fine. I said, I heard you're going to charge American companies 25% to do things in Mexico. Who else are you doing? Well, nobody yet, but we will do other. I said, no, but you're not going to do it, Emmanuel. You're not going to, no, Donald, it has already passed. I said, well, you better unpass it, because if you don't unpass it, you're going to pay a 100% tariff on all wines and champagnes that are shipped into the United States starting tonight. No, you cannot do that, Donald. You cannot do that. I said, I can do that. In fact, I'm just signing it right now. No. Okay, Donald, look, okay, I'm not going to, we're not going to do it. That was the end of it, Mike. That was the end of it. It was so easy.
Next, we have Donald Trump roasting his wife, Melania Trump.
Oh, this one's going to get me in trouble. Not with Hillary. You know, the president told me to stop whining. But I really have to say, the media is even more biased this year than ever before. Ever. You want the proof? Michelle Obama gives a speech, and everyone loves it. It's fantastic. They think she's absolutely great. My wife, Melania, gives the exact same speech. And people get on her case. And I don't get it. I don't know why. And it wasn't her fault. Stand up, Melania. Come on. She took a lot of abuse. Oh, I'm in trouble when I go home tonight. She didn't know about that one. Am I okay? Is it okay? Cardinal, please speak to her.
And to finish it off, we have some extra Donald Trump funny moments.
So they say here, the front page, the man of the toupee. This is on the front page of the New York Times. I don't wear a toupee. It's my hair. I swear. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. This is great. Just real quick. We don't want to mess it up too much because I do use hairspray. That I said. Come. Is it mine? Look.
It is.
It is. Say it, please.
Yes, I believe it is.
Thank you. And have I ever met you before? No.
No, you haven't.
But you're very nice. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Somebody's got a very nice wife. So somebody said, why did you appoint a rich person to be in charge of the economy? I said, no, it's true. And Wilbur's a very rich person in charge of commerce. I said, because that's the kind of thinking we want. I mean, you know, really, because they're representing the country. They don't want the money. They're representing the country. And they had to give up a lot to take these jobs. They gave up a lot. And I love all people, rich or poor. But in those particular positions, I just don't want a poor person. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you insist, I'll do it. But I like it better this way, right? Where's your daddy and your mommy, right? Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back to them, or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
Beautiful. What a beautiful boy. What a beautiful boy.
You know, the polls are all rigged. Of course, lately they have been rigged because I'm winning by so much, I don't want to say it. Disregard that statement. I love the polls very much.
African American communities have suffered under Democratic control. To those I say the following. What do you have to lose by trying something new like Trump? What do you have to lose? I say it again. What do you have to lose? Look, what do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely, sir, that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time.
Are you saying you're not prepared now to commit to that principle?
What I'm saying is that I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make a major announcement today. I would like to promise and pledge to all of my voters and supporters and to all of the people of the United States that I will totally accept the results of this great and historic presidential election if I win.
That wraps up the 1 hour of Donald Trump roasting everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna give a little bit of commentary right here and some extra Trump fun facts that I wanna share. But if you did like this video, feel free to like and subscribe and comment down below some of your favorite clips or quotes. I will interact with you guys in those comments. Not everyone, but a lot of you guys. And it just means a lot to hear a lot of feedback because I do put a lot of work into these videos, thinking them through, finding all the clips, thinking through how to best put it together for you guys so it's entertaining while putting my own twist on it a little bit. So it definitely means a lot, and I love hearing your guys' feedback and how entertained you are by the video in the comments or on Instagram when you guys DM me. Again, you can follow me and DM me at itsSeanDaniel on Instagram. I do love that too. Now, personally, my favorite clip, I'm gonna look at it real quick, from this second section, the Rosie O'Donnell one was good. I loved when he went at the CNN guy, Jim Acosta, for not putting the mic down, because not only was that interesting, insightful, and proper protocol that Trump was standing up for, but it was also kind of funny because he just destroyed the guy calmly, seriously, and especially when he's just getting berated. But funny-wise, definitely the protester one. Oh my God, I cannot tell you guys how much I was laughing when I found this clip, and then when I kept editing it, was when he was making fun of the guy for being overweight with the food stamps thing. That's one of the best parts about making these videos is, yes, it's a lot of work, but just finding these hilarious clips and going through them and putting them together, like, and you keep watching the same clips over and over when you're editing. It's so funny. Oh my God. Because that's an impromptu one. That's not like something he got written down for him, like his joke at his wife, Melania. But I love, also at the end, that's why I ended it this way, him saying that I will accept the results of this election. Accept the results of this election. If I win. Oh, it's too good, it's too good. Because every other politician will be like, oh, well, I will accept, you know, I love how he just keeps it so real. That's one of the best parts about Trump. And if you can go to a Trump event in person, I highly recommend it. It's an awesome experience. It's not like what the media tries to tell you it is. And even my girlfriend who's from Europe, who has attended 2 of them, has gotten to see, wow, it's not really like what they say it is. It's actually a great time and it's fun and you feel safe and it's an amazing time. Highly recommend it. Now, some more fun facts about Donald Trump. He had a Comedy Central roast of Donald Trump back in 2011, where all these different celebrities like Seth MacFarlane, the guy who created Family Guy, Whitney Cummings, Lisa Lampanelli, he roasted her on there. Jeff Ross, Snoop Dogg, and Mike the Situation Sorrentino, I think he's from Jersey Shore. They all made fun of Trump and he had his own Comedy Central roast way before Tom Brady did. Tom Brady just had one. Trump is known for his love of fast food, particularly McDonald's and KFC, and he loves Diet Coke. From what I've read, he has many Diet Cokes every day, which is not that great for you, but he does love Diet Coke. Trump is the only US president with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He received it in 2007 for his work on the show The Apprentice. Now that star has been destroyed multiple times by people in Los Angeles, getting so triggered by the man that they need to destroy a star. Like that's gonna do something. Whatever. No pets in the White House. Trump was the first US president in over 100 years to not have a pet while in office. I did not know that till I was looking these up for you guys. And the final fun fact is that The Simpsons predicted Trump's presidency. In an episode in the year 2000 of The Simpsons, they depicted a future where Trump would become president way before it actually happened, 16 years later. Anyway, those are some fun facts about Donald Trump. If you can go to an event, I highly recommend it. If you want to see how I got to meet Donald Trump himself, I have that video linked in the corner. That was an amazing experience, once in a lifetime. And again, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to send me something down below in the comments or DM me about what you enjoyed about it. I love interacting with you guys. And I hope this truly made you laugh and entertained you and gave you a break from your day, an uplifting moment. And just thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. It's itsSeanDaniel here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you later. This was an absolutely tremendously remarkable, amazing video that I made. Thank you for watching.